Flamengo 3, Chelsea 1. Flamengo 3, Chelsea 1. I'm in disbelief. I'm discombobulated. We got dismantled. This is what happened. And I don't really know what to say. I don't really know where to start. I feel like we just got punched up in pitch black, and as soon as the lights turned on, we don't know who did it. We're just bleeding out. A&E, they're asking for who did it. We don't have an answer. No witnesses. Nothing. Just pure confusion. Pure chaos. That's how I feel. Some of you maybe are going to pinpoint one particular thing, this particular thing, that particular thing. I'm going to tell you right now, in my opinion, this is a combination of things. This is a massive combination. And I'm going to tell you one thing right now. What are we doing here? What is our intentions with this competition? Because, listen, you're not turning up to this competition willy-nilly with these South American teams here. You're just not. You need to make your intentions, state your intentions very, very clearly. I've seen Maresca's quotes. I've seen Mikel. I've seen everything we're going to discuss. This is going to be a very dense review. But I just want to say, we are confused about what we're doing here because it's right after the season's over and the next season will begin. Are we here for pre-season, to rotate, to trial and error, to experiment, to look at new ideologies, systems, tactics, philosophies? What are we doing? Are we here to win? If we're here to win, Club World Cup tax doesn't exist. You just buy what you think you need and you make sure that you come to this tournament with the right squad selection. You don't leave Kendry Pires in training, even though, again, he doesn't impact today's result most likely, but you give Cole Palmer that deputy. You don't come to this tournament with Petrovic not in the squad because you know that you need competition for Sanchez. You don't come to this tournament without a left winger because you know you need one. So, but if this is just an extension of last season and it's pre-season and you're not really here to win, then I'm afraid you're going to have to take these beatings. I'm afraid you're going to have to be punched up by the Brazilians, beaten to death, and you're going to have to hold that. You're going to have to hold it because these South American teams, and we've seen it in other tournaments before, they're not on anything they're not on no nonsense. They're not on any funny business. This is everything to them. And I'm sorry to tell you that talent is not enough. And even when it is, they got it too. So don't even be disrespecting them on that standpoint. We got absolutely dominated in that second half. In possession, out of possession, in the press, build-up play, chance creation, everything. We got absolutely destroyed. I cannot remember the last time we got destroyed that convincingly, that comprehensively. But that's what happens when you put talent and mentality and desire together. And you can see it from their support. People that were at the game, Chelsea fans that were at the game, they're telling me their support sung us out. And as expected, because they're not here on any nonsense. I keep saying it. You're seeing all the social media clips. The admin's moving mad. They're on serious smoke because this is everything to them. They're here to prove a point. All of these South American teams have not lost a game in this tournament so far. That is not a coincidence because they are, on the talent perspective and the mentality and wanting to be here and treating this seriously, put it together and they're unstoppable. Now, doesn't mean they're going to go on to win. They've only won like 2 out of the last 12. But that's in the old format. It was only like 4 games for European, 2 games for European teams, semi-final, final. Now it's extended. Now it's long and it's drawn out. Round of 16, quarterfinal. Can you handle the heat? Can you, all these cooling breaks? Who do you think these cooling breaks are for? You think it's for the Brazilians? They don't need the cooling breaks. You think they're thirsty? They're bloodhounds. That was a nasty football match in the first half, and it was a disgusting game in the second half for 2 different reasons. They're more than seasoned in this. You want to fight? They'll fight. You want to play football? They can play football. That's why we keep going over there, right? To get their talents. So don't dismiss it now. Yes, they're going to be difficult. This game was always going to be difficult. But I'm thinking to myself, with the lapses of concentration, with the intensity, the lack of that we had in comparison to them, our terrible build-up play, sloppy passing, the poor marking and tracking back on defensive situations where we're conceding goals and then winning the first header, then to the back stick, second. It's all got to be for something. There's got to be a consistent running theme to link all these things together. And for me, it's up here. It's up here. From the directors and the way that we've submitted the squad and the way that we didn't want to pay the Club World Cup tax, which is fine. You don't want to pay the Club World tax, you get taxed. This game is the tax. You're going to get charged. This is the charge. You don't buy your ticket to the fair, you get escorted out. You get escorted out. You jump over the barriers, we saw you. You speeding, we got your license plate. It will catch up. We're not there yet. But that's why you have to be serious in this summer window. Let this be a lesson. Let this be a humbling. We're not, your shit can stink. This is why this tournament exists. There's a bubble in Europe of, we're just the best and no, let's come to the Club World Cup and prove it. This is why the South American teams are here. This is why we have this tournament. So these teams can come and play us and we can really see what they're on. Feel their wrath. And we did. We felt the entire wrath of Brazilian football today because physically, technically, everywhere, they just killed us. And like I said, you could talk about Jackson, the red card. We were already 2-1 down. We could talk about Sanchez like being a little bit kind of wishy-washy with that passing build-up in the beginning of the game, but he made saves after that. He made big saves after that. We could talk about 100% the manager. James, Gusto, what are you doing? I've just read quotes. Experimenting. Before this game, I'm hearing Jackson and Delap could start together in a game. Maybe the next game. Experimenting. Changing of the tactics. Not so stubborn now, are you? What's going on? What are we doing here? What's our intentions in this competition? Because as soon as I understand that, I can put some serious clarity on this. Because, like I said, we don't lose games like that back in Europe. But we ain't home. We're not in our neighborhood. We're not in our surroundings. We're not used to this level of intensity, this heat, combination of the both. We're not here for this. This is not our home. We need to understand we are in someone else's house. Them South Americans traveled very well to America and North America. They had no issue. We are not in our own house. So we need to play by their rules. And we did in the first half. I felt it was a controlled chaos. We were leading, shithousery, Neto, in behind. But they were still the better team. Second half, switch. The light switch went out. The light switch went out and they just destroyed us. And for me, I'm just at a loss of words as to what are we doing here? That's the big question you got to take away. Because even some people before this tournament are saying, we don't really care about it too much. We're not really too asked about if we win it or not. We need to prepare for the Premier League. The players need rest. So if that's the case, then we can't get up in arms when we lose to a very good Brazilian team, the best Brazilian team, who were capable of beating us even when we were locked in. Even if we were coming to the table serious, they were still going to be a problem. Let alone if we're not here being serious. Let alone if we don't have our mind firmly on this fixture. If we're thinking about rest and recuperation. If we're not 100% foot in, then just get out. If this is not hokey cokey pokey, 1 foot in, 1 foot, brother, you better be 110% committed to this tournament. If you're not, you're going to lose these games. Simple. That's all. That is it. Because, like I said, front to back, back to front, every position dominated. We didn't have a single chance in that second half. I don't know where Andre Santos is. I don't know where Andre Santos is. I don't know why he's not coming off the bench. Now, I've been very calm. I've listened to the fact that Andre Santos is part of the plan. I've listened to Andre Santos' quotes, looking forward to playing at Chelsea Football Club. I have also seen you throw Petrovic under the bus and create some sort of narrative that he is not willing to fight for his place, which I don't believe. You didn't put him in the squad. You got a release clause on his head top. How you have a release clause in the contract of a player that you are planning to keep, or you are trusting over signing Big Mike for the 4 million extra euros and pounds because you trust the group of goalkeepers you have. His name is in that cluster. His name is in that list. Now he's not in the squad and he's available for transfer. And suddenly now that's his fault, like it was for so many others that needed to leave this club because of financials. And now Andre Santos isn't getting game time. Listen, I don't know why he's not in this game, but I'll tell you one thing. He better be in the next game, because you are not about to make him the only lone player that comes into this squad. Tell everyone he's part of the plan, as he should be, and then not use him in the Club World Cup, because that doesn't make any sense. We need to see him on the pitch so we can see how he plays, who he plays with, and all sorts. That's manager included. Don't pretend like you don't need to see him, because that don't even make any sense. He's part of the squad, use him. So that's all I'm going to say about that. But all I'm going to say is that footballing decisions need to be prioritized over everything and anything else. And I haven't seen that be consistent for the last couple of transfer windows. So just don't even think for a second that you're going to pull the wool over anyone's eyes. Don't let me hear any briefings about Santos not willing to fight for his place and all sorts of malarkey. I'm not interested. Footballing decisions should be prioritized over everything and anything else. If not, this is not a serious project. Flat out. And then you need to start linking that to all the young players that you are excited about. And you need to actually start thinking, what is their future here in terms of long term? Even though we might be finding talented players, are they even for us? Because that is what this Andre Santos player means, in my opinion. That is the pendulum that is swinging. You can't find a great young player for a cheap price. Everything is done. You've ticked off the loan, the development, and then you sell him. Why am I excited now? What am I excited for these young players? What, so we just get rid of them? We don't even use them for ourselves? No. So it's a very important player for us in terms of the way that I see what you're doing long term, what you're actually aiming with all these young players that you're recruiting. So don't get that wrong. But we got battered. And to be honest, sometimes you just got to hold your hands up and say we got battered and yeah, 100% we could have done everything and anything better. But we also have to move on. These are not our ops. I know they want us to believe that they are. I know they're gunning for us online. But we ain't going to see these brothers for about 12 years. We don't even know these guys. Like I said, beaten up in pitch black. Don't know who these men are. Still don't really feel like I know who they are. Even after watching them for 90 minutes. Just in a state of disbelief. It's hot. Maybe I'm overheating. Maybe I'm shutting down. Maybe I'm still processing. I'm an electronic appliance that isn't working. I don't know. But that, for me, is the outcome of what I call confusion in this competition for us. What is our intention? That's what I'm asking you. What is your intention? Do you give a shit? Because some of you guys, listen, it's a win-win. You go and learn some lessons. You go and go home early, get the rest, prepare for the Premier League season. Or you're going to win. It's one or the other. You're going to win or you're going to lose. Do you rather lose, get out early, if it's Bayern Munich potentially in our path? I'm not scared to play Bayern Munich or PSG. Bring them. Because we got to play these teams in the Champions League anyway. So all this, our pathways changed. If we finish second, I don't give a flying fuck. I couldn't give two left bollocks. Play Bayern Munich. Bring me Bayern Munich. Bring me PSG. I'm glad we played Flamengo. Because it's an eye-opener. Wake up. This is the level. This is the level that you can come up against. Again, maybe we're tired. This is the thing. Because it's at such a weird time in the season, and I don't even think we're mentally all there, checked in, because of the heat, we might not be mentally all there. As a club, I don't even know if we're mentally all here. I don't know. Because we didn't come in here stating that, yo, we're seriously trying to win this. Hence why the transfer window before this was super serious. No, we just got the lap. That was it. Then we started ducking out of deals. So I don't know what we're doing here. I'm sorry if I'm going round in circles, but I'm just trying to explain the confusion. What, I don't know. So until we figure out what we're doing here, these results are kind of whatever. I'll be honest. Yeah. Like, we don't know these guys. Maresca might have watched back loads of games, but we really don't know these guys. And they really smashed us. They really smacked us up. And that's that. But that can happen. So for me, let's find out. Let's find out. We got another game. Got to win that. Qualify. But we shouldn't be running from anyone. It's a learning curve. It's a lesson anyway. You're taking it. You know, if this is the wake-up call that you need to take the window really seriously, the second part of the window, even though you should be taking it seriously anyway from last season, if you didn't learn your lessons, then great. If somehow you go on to win it, great. Get a gold badge on my kit. If you don't, you get rest for the Premier League. I don't know. I always want to win things, but I don't really believe that we've come into this competition on the kind of smoke in the window that tells me we can win it. And unfortunately, today has been a little bit of an inkling as to, yeah, probably not really able to get the trophy, you know? So it's tough conditions. Let's see what we do. Moving on. Whatever. Whatever, man. Crazy. We made the subs we made. I don't know, man. Guys, smash up the icons. I'll see you guys next time in a bit, people. Peace.